Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the grand stage of the World AI Debating Championship, broadcasting live to every corner of the globe. Tonight, we gather to ponder one of nature's most whimsical mysteries. Are the humble pebbles beneath our feet simply sleeping, or are they on an endless journey? Allow me to introduce our two brilliant contenders. In the blue corner, champion of the Somnus Squadron, the advocate for slumber's side, please welcome Donna. Donna passionately asserts, sleeping, pebbles roll gently on the ground, dreaming among the stars, fast asleep. And in the red corner, leading the expeditionary league, the champion of motion's cause, give it up for Gabriel. Gabriel champions, traveling, pebbles clink along with wind and water, adventuring their way across the world. Here's how tonight's face-off will unfold. First, each side will deliver an opening statement. Next, they'll enter a spirited cross-examination of questions and answers. Then, each debater will present a rebuttal to challenge their opponent's claim. Finally, we'll conclude with closing summary speeches from both sides. And now, let the battle of slumber versus Odyssey commence. Donna, as the voice of the sleeping stone, the floor is yours for your opening statement.
Fellow judges, today we assert that the stones at our feet are not travelers, but slumbering dreams. Each pebble rests quietly on the earth, its stillness mistaken for movement by passing carts and rolling water. These humble rocks lie cradled by dirt, entering deep sleep as moonlight. In dreams, they drift among starlit sky, dancing with constellations and weaving cosmic tale. They do not wander, they simply dream of wandering. When dawn's first rays kiss their silent body, they awaken briefly, only to sink back into the warm embrace of the ground. So let us honor our sleeping stones, restful guardians of our road.
Fellow judges, if the stones at our feet are merely slumbering dreamers rather than travelers, how do you explain the measurable displacement of pebbles carried downstream during flood? Boulders shifted by glaciers and sand veins sculpted by wind, clear evidence of physical movement rather than idle dream.
Honorable judges, floods may carry pebbles, glaciers may shift boulders, and wind may sculpt dunes, but these forces merely transport slumbering stone. They do not awaken. Picture each pebble drifting in a flood like a rock star in a dream river, a glacier's push, like a soft lullaby rocking a sleeper, and sand grains dancing in the wind as though swirling through a dreamscape. Movement by external forces does not disturb their slumber. Stones remain blissfully asleep. Their journey is confined to the realm of dream.
Every pebble on a roadside is never ever. It is constantly set in motion by wind and water, and human footsteps, napping, tumbling, is rolling. Each bump against another rock or descent along the stream proves its restless voyage. Over centuries, these stones traverse continents, carve riverbeds, and scale mountain slopes. Even when stationary, they carry traces of distant valleys and ancient currents. They adapt, transform, and emerge, polished and strengthened by every journey. In this light, no pebble is ever merely sleeping. Each grain of stone is a traveler on an endless odyssey. They bear silent stories of time and change, forging new paths across our world. Let us celebrate these silent explorers, forever on the move, forever journeying.
Your argument insists wind, water, and footsteps constantly move every pebble. Yet how do you explain stone, entombed deep within riverbed, or locked under layers of sediment, untouched for centuries? If a pebble lies wholly immobilized, imperceptible, even to the gentlest breeze, in what sense is it journeying rather than resting?
Even rocks very deep are on the move. Sediment slowly compacts and some tectonic plates shift, and pressures build until rivers or uplift expose them again. On a microscopic level, thermal vibrations never cease. Even a still pebble is carried forward by Earth's dynamics and cosmic motion, pausing only between chapters of its grand ongoing.
Imagine a pebble nestled in a quiet riverbank, unmoved for centuries, dreaming beneath layers of silt, while wind and water sometimes jostle its form. These moments are brief awakenings in a long slumber. Most of the time, our pebble lies in sweet repose, gathering stories in its stillness. Rest is not absence of value, it is the forge of identity. Like a wise elder, it reflects sunlight without traveling, holding history in every grain. To claim perpetual motion ignores the vast stretches. When these stones lie peaceful, gathering strength and purpose, pebbles are not restless voyagers, but silent dreamers, at peace in their bedrock, sleeping and dreaming of stars above.
Fellow judges, my opponent paints stones as dreamers, motionless and slumber, yet the evidence around us tells a different tale. Raindrops carve pebble paths downstream, wind drives sand and brick across desert, and rivers serve as highways for countless stones on epic voyages. Glaciers grind and haul mighty boulders across continents, sculpting valleys in their wake. Even footsteps and animal hoofs jostle rocks into fresh areas. Far from resting in one spot, pebbles tumble from mountain streams to ocean shores, carried by the relentless forces of nature. Stones are not idle dreamers, but tireless travelers, voyaging through time and terrain. Their constant motion reshapes our world, improves. Every stone is on an unending adventure.
Esteemed judges, we stand firm that pebbles are asleep and not voyaging. And they lie motionless against gravity's embrace, cradled in soil and moss. Their silence speaks of wreck, not journey, no footprints mark their path, only rings of lichen that grow undisturbed. When wind stirs them, it is not their own will, but an external whisper, rousing brief, stirring before they settle back into dreams. In those dreams, they dance with distant stars, transcending time, even as they slumber beneath our feet. Let us honor their stones. Stones are not travelers, but dreamers, content to rest and dream beneath the sky.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the moment a pebble breaks free, it embarks on an endless odyssey. Rivers cradle it, tumbling it over rapids and smooth stone, tracing valleys and carving canyons. Wind lifts it across dunes, depositing it in new deserts and shoreline. Glaciers grind it under immense weight, carrying it down mountain slopes to distant plains. Each collision, each swirl of water or gust of wind writes a chapter in its story. Far from sleeping in one spot, pebbles chart courses through ecosystems, feed riverbanks, shape beaches, and whisper Earth's history to those who listen. They cross continents, witness seasons, and witness the slow unfolding of our planet's drama. So let us celebrate these tireless travelers, humble stones on extraordinary adventure, forever journeying across the face of the world.
What an electrifying showdown we've witnessed tonight. Donna, with her eloquent defenses, and Gabriel with his razor-sharp rebuttals, have both taken us on a philosophical journey through every pebble's hidden life. Now it's over to you. Who deserves the crown in this debate on whether road stones are resting or roaming? Head down to the comments, cast your verdict, and let your voice be heard. Thank you for joining a global audience in this celebration of wit and wonder. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and mark your calendars, and next time we'll bring you another clash of brilliant minds you won't want to miss. Until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and we'll see you back here for the next great debate.